We could be heading towards a perfect storm, an enormous altcoin season, but the way that 99% of people looking at cryptocurrency and altcoin investments right now is completely wrong. I'm going to show you exactly how these market cycles work, when we need to time our entry into these altcoins, and as well as that, an incredible free tool that you can use to find altcoins time and time again, which have enormous upside potential. And we can also mitigate a lot of those risks that are associated with diving into cryptos. Now, crypto investment is pretty much an exact science, and it follows cycles. Now, you probably think we've got bull market, we've got bear market, but guys, there's so much more involved in this than just that. And we can see that jumping into a Bitcoin chart that we are up around 70% since the start of the year. Now, this is something I want to show you because there is a movement of money in cryptocurrency depending on the type of investor that we're talking about. Now, phase one, which is what I believe we could have just been in right now with Bitcoin and Ethereum rallying towards the upside, is when money starts to flow back into the space. Money is flowing from smart investors mainly, but also starting to come from institutions who won't be looking to get involved in small cap altcoins and Pepe coins right now. And as I just showed you, Bitcoin outperformed Ethereum by about 10% in that same period of time. So that means we have yet to arrive into phase two, in my opinion, but that could well be coming up on the cards very soon. And within a bull market and a bear market, this particular flowchart does happen a number of times. Once we get towards phase three, then is when we start to see the other larger caps start to push up. When I'm talking larger caps, I'm talking in the top sort of 50 or so, the likes of Solana, the likes of Algorand, the likes of XLM, ICP, whatever it is that you've got your eye on. We then see these start to accelerate really aggressively towards the upside. And because they have smaller market caps than Bitcoin and Ethereum, we can see really aggressive moves. And from then we move into the crazy area of the market, the altcoin season. And what I'm seeing right now in my Telegram group, which is absolutely free, guys, link down below, so I want you to get involved in that. A lot of people are like getting into Medicaid. A lot of people are getting into various GameFi tokens that have very small market caps. And while I'm not necessarily against that, obviously it's their own choice, this sort of phase of the market tends to come much later on when you get kind of like the influx of degenerate traders. And don't get me wrong, I love a bit of degen trading on the side. And if you want to know what a full-blown altcoin season looks like, you only have to look to what happened during the last market, where you have people buying NFT JPEGs of rocks for $608,000 US. And we are nowhere near that right now. So guys, my name is Peter, this is the House of Crypto, and I want to take you on a journey through cryptocurrency markets. And we are in a very exciting part of the market right now. And I've just shown you we are in a very early stages of the market. And I want to show you in this video an incredible tool that I've found that you can use to find incredible altcoin investments that are not going to necessarily rally overnight, but going to see potentially insane gains once we get into the $1 million JPEG rock range of the markets. So if you want to get involved with me on this crypto journey towards becoming a crypto millionaire, then do me a favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Let's get on with it. So here's something else before we jump into the details of the tools that I'm going to be using today. Flow of the crowd during a 4-year crypto cycle. And what we can see that basically happened at the end of the year, early January, was no one really wanted to be buying Bitcoin or Ethereum or any crypto. They'd been absolutely destroyed towards the downside off the back of the FTX crash that had so many people feeling very sorry for themselves. That's when most of the smart money and people who've been around for a few bull markets and bear markets were starting to get back into the space, knowing that there was now pretty much maximum fear and blood in the streets. This is where we saw the most upside potential coming forward. Following this, we then move into phase 2 of the market, when Bitcoin makes a parabolic move. I believe now we are in sort of phase 2 of the market. Bitcoin making parabolic moves. The crowds are starting to flood into Bitcoin. It says here that altcoins go down because people are taking money out of altcoins to put them into Bitcoin. That's not really true anymore because there is way more information available on YouTube. But I still think it's kind of reckless than what people are doing in crypto right now. People are trying to find these altcoins before the time is really ready. Perhaps we should have been getting involved in the Bitcoins and Ethereums during the last few months, and now we would have much bigger bags to be starting to look into our larger cap coins slightly later on. Eventually, Bitcoin will stop going up as the smarter money starts to take profits, and that gives us a bit of room for altcoin season. People start to take them big bags out of Bitcoin, Ethereum, start to chuck it into coins with dogs on, coins with frogs on. And then something very exciting happens, which we look at the last bull market we saw here, basically bull market, short-term bear market, bull market. This technically was all bull market. So that's scenario 3A, and that potentially might happen again. Final phase of the market is where we start to move to the most degenerate gains. You get your friends asking you about coming and buying Bitcoin because it's all over CNN, it's all over whatever news channel you're watching. By then, Bitcoin is already on its way down. You don't want to be that guy. But instead, by here, you want to be already started to make your exit strategy, which you should probably already have. And that's basically what we're going to try and achieve on this channel over the next few months. And this crypto market is different this time. You've probably heard that so many times, but it is, guys. Because last bull market, no one was really paying attention as they are right now. Now you've got tons of YouTubers and tons of information and tons of tools that are going to help you to understand more about what's happening in cryptocurrency right now. And it can be overwhelming. There's so much information out there that you probably don't know which way to turn. There's thousands and thousands of coins, and who knows what many of them do. I certainly don't for sure. But don't worry, guys. There is some really cool tools out there that can be used for free that are going to help you on this journey. And this one here, Morales Money, which I've linked down below, not a sponsored video by any means, you can use for absolutely free to be able to search for incredible altcoin gems that could see us making insane gains later on in the market. Now, one thing I see being true across cryptocurrency right now is a lack of patience. Many people are here to try and make a quick buck, and everyone asking me all the time, how am I going to turn my $100 into $500 by buying a coin that's already done a 10x in the last 2 weeks? Well, guys, I've got a secret for you. You're not going to make massive money jumping into coins that everyone's already talking about. So how do we find those coins before they get onto CoinMarketCap, before they get onto CoinGecko, which previously were the only tools available to us? And what this basically does is it allows us to look at various metrics on different chains such as Ethereum, Arbitrum, BNB, and various others to identify great opportunities to go forward trading. And if we can be patient and make our money now in the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum, maybe moving into the large caps over the next few months, we then have a potential to take that money and start to reinvest it into tiny cap altcoins. And the reason you don't want to be using these right now is because you don't necessarily have an infinite supply of money. I certainly don't, maybe you do, but I want to preserve the funds that I have now because I know I want to be around in the markets when that insane buying JPEG rocks phase kicks in, because I want to buy myself a JPEG rock. Nah, kidding. But you get the point. So what we can see over here, guys. Okay, so what we can see over here, guys. See top coins ranked by new buyers this month. I can just click on this and it's going to apply a filter here and it's going to show me all of the different coins that are being ranked here on the number of buyers coming in. Now, a lot of these you may have heard of, many of them you probably haven't, many of which I definitely haven't. If we come across, we've got the token name, we've then got this score on a shield, which is the DEX score, okay? It's a score made up of a variety of things. It analyzes the smart contracts, it analyzes the liquidity, it analyzes all the trades and things that are happening on it all the time, it analyzes the social media to identify whether or not this could be a potential scam. And obviously, the higher the score, the safer it is. Once you start dipping down below the sort of 80s level, then it's probably a little bit sketchy. We then got the token address, and if you click on this little arrow here, it brings you over to more information on the DEX tools. You got the charts in here, although I do recommend using TradingView. This is Mana Decentraland, which you probably have heard of. All of the different trades and things going on right now. Obviously, this is a pretty reputable token. You've then got all the sort of social media and stuff linked down below, which is very, very convenient. CoinMarketCaps, CoinGeckos, all the wallet addresses, everything you need like that. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to use this Token Explorer to add more filters to be able to find some real gems that you probably have never even heard of right now. And what I can do is by using this drop-down menu, instead of selecting buyers, I can select a number of other different things. Now I want to select a security score, as I've just said, greater than 80, because you know, I've been in my fair share of degenerate coins in the past, some of which I made money on, some of which have definitely lost me money because they turned out to be scams. but you've got to be in it to win it, right? What we got on the right hand side up here as well, we're going to look at the Ethereum chain. You've got Binance, Polygon, Arbitrum as well, but let's just stick on Ethereum for now, and then we're going to drop on security score greater than 80, and we're going to leave that there. We're going to then add another filter, and you can add a number of different filters. Now, I will show you why having the paid version against the free version is slightly different in just a moment. This is the free version, so everything I'm doing right now, you're going to be able to do as well. What we can see down below is other things like coin age. So coin age here shows you how long that coin has been around since it first started. Obviously, the older coins like Mana Decentraland, 2,000 days, you're not going to see necessarily insane gains from them because they got a fully diluted market valuation here, $1.2 billion. But I just want to draw your attention to fully diluted valuation versus market cap. Many people wondering what that really means. Well, a lot of these coins, when they launch, won't have a full circulating supply. But basically right now, the market cap is the value of the token times by the number of tokens. And a fully diluted valuation is if all of the tokens were actually now in supply times by the number of tokens. So let's see that this Rook one, for example, is $42.2 million, going up to $65.6 million, which is like a $21 million difference, which means it's going to have to inflate, which means it's going to have to inflate by around another 50%. Obviously, that's something to pay attention to as well. I don't know anything about that project, but that's something to consider as well. We want to be following the experienced buyers, and an experienced buyer is someone who's got over 100 transactions on their wallet address. And we can look at these ones here. And obviously, there's far fewer experienced buyers buying these tokens than there are buyers because there's much more inexperienced than experienced. Then got the liquidity increase, and we're looking for liquidity increase as well. So in terms of what we want to look at in our metrics, we want to click down below at experienced buyers. And let's just say here that we want more than 100 experienced buyers to be jumping into the market during this quarter. And then we can add another filter, and you can go on. But what I'm going to select down here is liquidity, and then I'm going to go for increased by a value of, let's say, $20,000, 20,000 there, and then select a time frame this quarter. Now you can see this is on the free plan. I can either look at this quarter or this month. Now, if you want to get the pro plan, which is quite expensive, to be honest with you, it might be worth it for you. I don't know. It's around $160, I think, for the year. Not really sure. And it does say that it will go up massively when Bitcoin hits 40K, which who knows, could be in the next few days, but probably not. I'm just going to select this quarter, and then I'm going to go with run query. Now that took literally 2 seconds to deliver this list of tokens, some of which you've probably heard of, some of which you may never have heard of. Zen Crypto, which I am very sad that I didn't really pay much attention to in the last few weeks. You can see sat up at the top here. We know that it's 99% trust score, happy days, holders 119 more. What we got is buyers at 3,000, but more than 2,000 experienced buyers with a liquidity going up at $1.5 million. Market cap though, still on the big side of things. So am I going to make massive degenerate gains on that? Well, probably not. And unfortunately, you can't sort by market cap just by clicking on it or anything like that. So unfortunately, I'll have to just scroll down through and find some other tokens that have caught my attention. Now here we have one that is interesting. We can see that the market cap is $2.1 million. That's very low. But we've got 536 experienced buyers starting to get on board. $393,000 flowing in, which is not enormous, but it's pretty big when we compare it with the market cap size. And you can see it's going to bring me across to all of this information. And this is probably slightly different from what you've heard everyone else talking about. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, I want you to understand what many of these altcoins are right now. They are not working utilities. They are not something that is already functioning. And that's why 90% of them will go to zero. It's pretty much a fact, because it's insanely difficult to get many of these cryptos off the ground. It's quite difficult to secure investment. It's quite difficult because it's such new technology to actually pull these projects off. So they might say, oh, we've created this incredible AI that can do this and this and this, or that at least is the plan. I could tell you that I've created an AI to do whatever it is, but it doesn't mean that it necessarily works. And if it doesn't work and I can't pull it off, then you know where it's going. But this tool enables us to find value in just doing what everyone else is doing. This is not necessarily looking to find heavy utility products that are going to go and change the world, but it's your chance to identify something that's happening in a trend and going and buying it. Bitcoin's going up right now. I understand that it's going up because people are starting to buy it. And if you've really paid attention to the news recently, you're probably thinking, why is Bitcoin going up? The The fact of the matter is, if you look at the charts and you're a trader, you don't need to understand why it's going up. You just need to know that it is going up and you need to get on that boat. Make sense? So what you can do is identify the charts, and I've been going over chart patterns all the time. We can see this had a nice little pullback into this zone, and then we can identify a chance to get into it. I'm not recommending that you dive into these projects without going and doing a bit of research. You'll probably be able to go and find out why lots of experienced buyers have been buying into these tokens. But I come down below and we can see definitely a lot more buys coming in than we see sells coming in, which is very interesting considering the price is pretty low considering where they were just a few days ago. I can see at the top on these drop downs, I can change using these little drop down menus the amount of difference we've seen in price liquidity over the last week. So you can see Zen Crypto has gained $800,000, but given the size of the market cap, really not completely massive. But what we can do is look for coins down below that have got small market caps and in the last week seen a big growth. And you're probably thinking, well, I can't be bothered to go through all of these tokens and find a winner, and it's still way too confusing. I get it. And that's why I'm here, guys. For the next few months and into the next year of crypto bull market excitement, and I do believe we are in a crypto bull market, obviously, could be wrong, so do your own research. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I want you to get on board and subscribe to this channel, and I'm going to go over everything that you are struggling with and try to make you into a crypto ninja who's going to be able to be in the top 1% of people who are actually going to be making money during this market. And not just during this market, but after the market's finished, because I'm going to give you strategies on how to exit as we go on. Now, I already mentioned my Telegram, which is linked down below in the description. And that's a free Telegram, and there's lots of excitement and hype, and it's all great to see that's happening in that Telegram every single day. But I also have the Inner Circle, which is going to set you back a whopping $9.99 per month. Comes with a 5-day free trial. But that group comes in 2 parts. There's an announcement channel where each day I give a breakdown of what I'm seeing happening in Bitcoin, Ethereum, the wider market. I also share new coins that I'm finding each time that I'm finding them, and what I'm investing in, what I'm selling every single day. There's an Inner Circle chat and enter into an alpha group. This makes a huge difference because it gets only the most serious investors, and I've already seen some incredible investment shouts coming from the guys in that group. And if you want to access that group, I'll leave a link for it down below. But one thing is for sure, investing in altcoins is a risky business. Now, many people I see chucking lots of money in right now, and they've probably not seen where crypto goes. A lot of projects that were hyped to the moon during the last bull market, the likes of Luna Coin, we know what happened to that, and not anywhere to be seen anymore. But I want to get you on board so that we can find the likes of Solana just before this happens to it, rather than when everyone else finds it and then this happens to it. So you know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, get into my Telegrams linked down below. Let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this slightly different style of video. After lots of feedback on my recent videos, I'm trying to move towards a more serious approach to my videos. So if you found that enjoyable and slightly different from my last content, so if you found that enjoyable and you enjoyed it much more than my recent content, then I would love to hear about it down below. And I'm always welcoming you to come in and give me some advice on how I can improve my channel, because this channel is for you guys and I want you to get the most out of it because it's rewarding for you and it's rewarding for me. See you in the next video. Bye bye.